everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel AI Stories by Anjali. In today's video, we are going to discuss the continuation of the last week part 1, that is agentic AI application. So I have already gave the details of the repository that we are going to use in this series, and also I have mentioned you how you can clone the repository in the last week. So today we will be discussing the part 2, that is how you can set up the entire application locally with a few beginning steps. Okay, and we will be continuing this in different parts. So as I mentioned, first you have to clone the repository, and if you open the readme.md file, and don't confuse with the readme.md file, because there are multiple readme.md files for each of the divisions that we have already discussed, like backend, router, master agents, PostgreSQL database, frontend, CLI, Redis, and Celery. So don't confuse with that. So you will be having a separate readme.md file at the bottom, which is the readme.md file for the GenAI Agent OS folder. So this file consists of all the details that are respective to this application. Okay, so first what you have to do is, as I mentioned, there are some prerequisites which I already discussed in the last part 1. Those who haven't watched the video, go and check it out. And as I mentioned, the first step is you have to clone the repository, and the command for that is git clone and the repository link. Okay, and the second step is you have to create a .env file. So .env file means environment variable file. Okay, so it should be having these environment variables. Those are set into that file. Okay, so you can use this file as an example, and you can keep all your details into this. Okay, so the secret key, that is the OpenSSL, that is the secure shell which you are using. Okay, and the PostgreSQL host, as well as the user, as well as the password, as well as the database, and the port is 54332, which is a default port, and if that changes you can use other port too. And then the debug equal to true or false, and the master agent API key, that means which model that you're using, and you have to purchase that, and master B API key. This is also an API key with respect to the agents. And then the backend origin, that is nothing but the local host server, as well as the default file folder, and then CLI backend URI. Okay, so all these things need to be present in the env example file. Okay, now you will get doubt what are the values that you have to give. So that we will discuss. Okay, so this is the basic env example file. Okay, and then you have to start the Docker in the desktop and ensure that it is running. So how to start the Docker? So just you have to open your Docker application in the desktop, and then you have to give the command docker up or anything. It will just start the Docker. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is my new laptop. I have already finished in my old laptop, so that's why I could not able to do everything in this, and this is Mac, a bit different. So I'm working on that. Definitely I can show if I could able to complete that, but just to keep the videos posted, I'm just going with the readme.md file. But if you have any doubts, you can reach out to me in the LinkedIn or to comments. Okay, and once you're done with that, you have to start your like these are the commands. Okay, so makeup, or you can use a docker compose up. This is the command that you can use for the starting the Docker. Okay, and once you're done with that, so just for your reference, you can go to your front-end UI, which is the local host, which you can give for the environment variable file, and API docs. This is also local host. Okay, and then what we are using, so we are using OpenAI, so you can purchase OpenAI API. So I'm using GPT-4 model, but you can use anything your wish. Okay, and then so the next one is ngrok setup. This is an optional one. So basically it is used to enable the local WebSocket endpoint. So this is one important thing that you can use for setting up the WebSocket. but of course this is an optional one, you can skip it, but if you want you can do it. So for installing for Mac users, so this is the command, that is brew install, and your command links, this is sudo snap install ngrok. Okay, so everything is there in your repository, so just clone it and follow that. Okay, and then you have to authenticate that. So for authenticating, what you have to do is go to this URL and sign up in your account, and then in the auto token section, if you see like in the auto token session, you will get the token. Okay, take the token, and then in the bash shell, that is terminal, give this command and then paste your token here. So here you have to pay, don't give this less than greater than, just paste the token. Okay, ngrok config add -auth token, that is authenticating the token of your auto authorization, and then you're giving your token. Okay, and once you're done with that, you're setting up that in the 8080 port. So that's why you have to give ngrok http 8080. Okay, once you're done with that, you have to generate the WebSocket URL, that is WS URL field, and then you have to fill here, that is a genai underscore session.session.genai session. So in this way you will enable your WebSocket endpoint using the ngrok. Okay, till here are you clear? So and the next step is you have to make sure the GenAI agent is registering or not. Okay, so for that, take your cd command, and that is change directory, and go to the CLI folder. So CLI is there here, right? Yes, so here. So this is your CLI folder. Okay, you have to go to cd CLI. Okay, and then type your username, so for registering a new user, and then login, and then register agent, your agent name and the description. And once you're done with that, you have to run the Python agent name, what agent you choose, .py, that is this file. And once you're, I think here it will be there. Credentials, yeah, here the credentials will be there. Launch all agents.py, you can use this file, and just you can run that. Okay, once you're done with that, all your infrastructure, that is the resources that you're using, will get set up. Okay, so till here make sure it's working or not. If you have any doubts, like what are the comments that I'm getting from your doubts in the comment section, I will try to explain that in the next video, and also will be continuing the part 3. Okay, so basically what I discussed here is just clone the repository, make sure your environment variable file is there, and then whatever the Docker that you install in your part 1, make sure to start that, and then with the help of ngrok you will set up the WebSocket endpoint, which is an option, but if you do, it will be good. Okay, so that is what we discussed. Okay, I hope you understand this, and as I mentioned, if you have any doubts, because when you are doing, there will be multiple doubts usually, because even I too get a lot of doubts. So that's why try to comment me in the comment section. I will definitely try to answer your queries. Okay, hope you understand this video. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you.